Hello and happy Sunday. This is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and today is Sunday, October the 30th. I just realized I should have dressed up. I should have worn my Halloween costume today. What was I thinking? Anyway, I hope everybody is having a great weekend, and I hope y'all are ready for the trick-or-treaters tomorrow, and that you're not going to get tricked while you're trying to get some treats, okay? So we're doing a trunk-or-treat tomorrow at the church where Casey's mother-in-law works. And so I think we're going to have a fantastic time handing out candy instead of gathering candy. Hello, Marlene. It's good to see you. Whoop, let me get caught up with you all here and get the volume turned down. There is Marlene. Hattie is sneaking in. But hello and happy Sunday, everybody. I do hope you all are having a great week. We had some really weird weather here in East Tennessee today. Not weird, I shouldn't say that. Hello, Cynthia from Ohio. It's good to see you. And hello, John from home base. It was supposed to rain all day, so Karen and I canceled our walking. Hello, Orlando Debbie. We canceled our walking because we had an extreme chance of rain today. I think it rained once. Anyway, it was just kind of a weird weather day today. And Marlene's mother is very sick and prayers are appreciated. Okay, Marlene, we will do that. We will definitely do that. And hello, Marianne from Pennsylvania. Hello, Sandra from Demon's Ferry. Let's see, who did I miss? There is Hattie. Let's see. Yep, I got Marianne from Pennsylvania. There you are. But hello and happy Sunday, everybody. If you are brand new, let us know because we would love to welcome you. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, you can still say hello because I love to say hello back. Hello, Vicki. Good to see you. So I'd love to welcome you all. We are going to make something super delicious in the second half tonight. Okay, Marlene, Edith. Marlene's mom's name is Edith. Thank you for giving me that. Are you psychic? Did you know that I was going to ask what her name is? Because it's always best to write them down. And hello, Scott is here. Yay! Scott has the best little... I guess they're weekly, the best little weekly updates on his weight loss. Those are awesome. If you haven't seen those, you need to go over and check those out. Hello, Carol Lou. Those are over on If You Have an Egg, and he also posts those on Dish with D. Hello, Trish. It's good to see you. And let me see, who else did I miss while I was writing down Miss Edith's name? Hello, Lisa from Arkansas. Hello, Deanna. Good to see you. Hello, Lynn. Hello, Linda from Rock Island, Illinois. Hello, Katie. And yep. Oh, absolutely. No problem, Marlene. And let's see who snuck in here. Hello, Elaine. Good to see you too. And okay, y'all. Thank you all for letting Marlene know that. And hello, Pat from Illinois. Again, if you're brand new, let us know because we would love to welcome you. We are a very welcoming and friendly group here, so we would love to say hi and hello to you, and welcome you if you are brand new. And again, thank you all for chattering so much over on YouTube. I love it when y'all talk on YouTube. Hello, Sherry from Cape Coral, Florida. I love it when y'all talk on YouTube. So I love it when y'all talk here too, but over on YouTube, it just makes it extra special because you went to the little bit of extra trouble to go over there and say something to me on YouTube. If you wanted to go over and watch any of these chats on YouTube, that is just youtube.com, and then it's the @ if you have an egg to search to find me. Yeah, to find me straight away. And let's see. Oh, Mary says hi from spooky Pittsburgh. So totally should have worn my Halloween costume, but when I wear it tomorrow, it's going to be the second time I wore it. I'll have to post some pictures so y'all can see what we dressed up as. It kind of started with the theme from here at Casey Kitchen Center, and then Casey has run with it, and I think the girls are going to look adorable. Hello, Sandra from Naperville, Illinois. It is good to see you. How are you all doing? It sounds like you've had some good trips this summer. And hello, Alicia. It's good to see you. Yeah, we haven't seen you in quite a while. But I hope everybody's having a fantastic week. I hope that Halloween being tomorrow is not too scary. I know some of you all, hello Judy. I know some of you all had your trick-or-treating tonight, or you had your parties tonight, or I'm seeing lots of pictures, and hello Lisa. I'm seeing lots of pictures of Halloween parties and people that are already trick-or-treating, trunk-or-treating. We already had our fall festival here at Casey Kitchen Center. Tomorrow night we are trunk-or-treating. We are doing a trunk. So I think it's gonna be lots of fun. And hello, Evie. Okay, so I hope y'all are not too scared though. I hope you're not too scared with your spooky Halloween. And I hope you're prepared. There are lots of Weight Watchers YouTubers and bloggers who have posted Halloween candy points. I actually have one of those posted over on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. I think it's 62 different variations of candy, mostly in the smaller, like the mini or the the little tiny ones. If you want to hop on over to If You Have an Egg, not right now, stay and watch the chat. Hello, Barbara. It's good to see you too. Good to see you. Stay here. Don't hop over there now and look at it, but later go over to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and just search Halloween, and you'll be able to pull up that list. But lots of people have posted candy lists, and you're going to be shocked If you do go check it out, you're going to be shocked, and I would suggest that you go look at any or all of those lists before you put some candy in your mouth. So the most shocking one to me is candy corn. We're not going to sit here and talk about Halloween candy tonight. That wasn't my intention. I just got a little sidetracked. And if you've been here for any length of time, you know that that's going to happen. Okay, today is October the 30th. Tomorrow is Halloween. But today, the only news that I have for today, this is going to make some of you happy, and it's going to irritate some. And yes, thank you, Deanna. Deanna bumped the post about the Halloween candy, so she bumped it, so it's up closer to the top now if you are in our Facebook group and want to go see it. And Vicki says that mounds are 4 points for the one for the little snack size. Yikes. Okay, so again, I'm Kelly. I'm Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. This is our live chat. It's chat number 293, titled "Eat This So You Can Eat That." Does that sound familiar to last week? We'll talk about that in a second. But the news that I'm getting ready to give you is either it's going to make some of you happy or just, complacent, I guess, and some of you it's going to irritate. So if it irritates you, just hang on. We will be done with this news here in just a second. So for the last chat in October, we are going to address the elephant that is in the room, okay? So it appears that there might be another Weight Watchers change on the horizon. I've been a Weight Watcher for over a quarter of a century, so for more than 25 years, and I've been through many program changes, okay? Lots of them. Some of them were good. A few were so confusing that you almost had to be a mathematician to figure it out, and we had little slide charts, and some of them were really confusing, okay? Super confusing, and Trish is happy. One of them was so simple and so amazing that many of us who are current bloggers now, that's what we lost our weight on. So one of the plans was so simple that a lot of us that you follow now, me, Drizzle Me Skinny Kate, there are several of us that we lost our weight on a really simple program. Hello, Sandy. And then we were rolling around on the floor when they took it away. Literally, I was rolling around on the floor, threatening not ever come back when they, when they took it away. So we're not going to spend the whole chat talking about this. We're not going to spend the whole chat talking about rumors. We're not going to spend the whole chat talking about things that were posted in Canada, or pre-release theories, or that they're supposedly given, that someone has given a few special people some information to leak out on their public blogs. I don't know. Who knows? Here's what I do know, though. These are facts that I do know. Number one, Weight Watchers has historically done large program changes every 2 to 3 years, and then a tweak on those other years. So normally, and this has been for the last 25 years, historically, they do a big change every 2 to 3 years, and then the off years is just a tweak. It's a tweak of whatever that program is. 2021 was the rollout of the personal points program that we're on right now, which means 2022 should be a tweak. Okay, it should be just a tweak year. I do know for a fact that I am not special, so no one has leaked any information to me, and I have not asked any Weight Watchers employees for any information because I'm not going to risk their job, okay? Plus, we could all use a little practice and patience. Sorry, not sorry. We do. We are all so expectant on now. I've got to know right now. You got to tell me right now. Yeah, I'm not special, so I don't need to know right now. I can wait and find out with everyone else. Honestly, what's going to happen? What's going to happen between now and a handful of weeks from now? What am I going to change? I'm not going to change anything, okay? I'm not going to change anything. Okay, and Debbie, thank you. Okay, so the next thing that I know for sure is it does appear that either a normal tweak or some other change is going to happen sometime in November, like normal, okay? That's very normal for the change to happen around the holidays. That's not different. Don't anybody get freaked out that it's happening at the end of the year. It always happens at the end of the year. I can't explain that, but it always happens at the end of the year. Happening before the holidays is not new. I don't know why they do it that way, but that is not new. I do know for a fact that Weight Watchers is a science-based for-profit weight loss company, which means a couple of things that should be important to you and to me as well. As a for-profit science-based company, They use real science. Real science. This is not made up stuff. This is not, oh, we'll test a handful of people, you know, whatever. They use real science, real scientific data to continue to tweak and figure out what will help the most people to lose weight, keep it off, and to be as healthy as they can be. So they will continue tweaking this. This is based in science. The second thing is WW is for profit, which means, and that seems to upset some people. So some people seem to be upset by the fact that they're a for-profit. Aloha, Kathy. Some people seem to be upset by the fact that they are a for-profit company. I mean, it's not this. They're not doing this as a donation to us. I mean, it's a for-profit business. But I'm thrilled. I'm actually thrilled that they have to make money at this, okay? Because that means that there is someone besides me invested, like literally invested, in making sure that this works for the largest number of people possible. Because this is a for-profit business, that means that there are other people who have money invested in this that want to make sure that this is going to work. That's a bonus for us. So I think we should quit being uptight and upset about the fact that they're making money. Let them make money. That means that they will keep coming up with stuff that's just better and better and better for us. Okay, and then the last thing on this is, no matter what catchy name they give the program, it is still created ultimately for weight loss. Okay, so I don't care what they call it. I don't care what cute name it has or whatever. Ultimately, this is built for weight loss. And even though all of us here would love to be healthy, we would all love to be 6'2" blonde bikini models. You know, ultimately we are all here for, you know, for weight loss. And the last thing I will say on this is, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about the new program until it's time to talk about the new program, because I don't know. Is it a tweak? Is it new? I don't know. And I'm not going to go dig around and find out. Okay. Just saying, the last thing I'm going to say is we are in this together, and together we will figure it out. Okay. For success. So we've been successful. We will continue to be successful. So whatever the changes are, if they were little or if they were big, and Melissa, you really didn't miss anything, because I'm just whining about people dropping previews that they don't have, may or may not have facts on. I don't know. We can all wait. But the one thing I will say is that together, we will do this together, okay? And we will still be successful. Okay, so let's skip on to who went to an in-person workshop last week. So give me a thumbs up if you went to an in-person workshop last week. Hello, Marlene from Florida. Let's see some thumbs ups for that. And trust me, as soon as I have actual information, I will give you actual information. So thank you, Lynn. Oh, Linda had her bottom in a green chair again. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I missed something here. Yeah, okay. And I'm just going to say, okay, so Carol said Pound Dropper had a breakdown of it. It hasn't been released yet. So she might be on the money and she might not. Oh yeah, Scott's a green chair, thumbs up. This is the last comment. This is the last comment that I'm going to make about the potential new program. We don't know if that's it or not, because Weight Watchers employees are sworn to secrecy and they could get fired for sharing information. So, you know, so whoever leaked that, shame on you. Anyway, so thumbs ups for going to an in-person workshop last week, or for attending a virtual workshop last week, going to a Zoom meeting. Thumbs ups for that. And hearts if you attended here with us live last week, or if you watched again on demand over on YouTube or maybe on Facebook. So thumbs ups and hearts all the way around. Yep, Sandra did both. We got lots of thumbs ups and hearts. Lisa, Elaine, Mary Ann. Oh no! Oh no. Trish lost her Sunday virtual meeting. Oh no. So now she's going to be forced to enter, oh gosh, or find a new one. Oh my goodness. Okay. Barbara, Mary, Sherry. Okay, lots of people. So here are your virtual Bravo stickers for going to an in-person workshop or attending one virtually last week, or for being here with us. So good job, everybody. Last week, we were talking about how to make your points budget work for you. And I broke the news. Last week, I broke the news that we had 31 days until Thanksgiving, 62 days until Christmas, and, oh, thank you, Patsy. Thank you. Yeah, Patsy, you're my new favorite. That we had 31 days until Thanksgiving, 62 days until Christmas, and 69 days until New Year's Day. That means today, a week later, we have 7 days less. Okay? We have 7 days less than that today. So we were talking about how to best use your points budget last week. And it's the funniest thing. The very first topic, like the first breakdown topic that we had over on If You Have an Egg, Jessica posts these as written material, so you can go and you can print out, even if you need to, what we talked about the prior week and the prior week and the prior week. There are 293 of these after tomorrow or Tuesday. That you can go back, and print these out if you need to. But it's just the funniest thing, because last week the first topic that I put on here was Paul's biscuits and gravy versus Gwen's chocolate lava cake. And Paul showed up again not with biscuits and gravy, but this morning he showed up with biscuits and sausage. I'm beginning to think he owns stock in a sausage farm or a biscuit company or something. Anyway, because he was there again. But last week we were talking about the big difference between having to make a choice like that is something that you could have access to, often, like every week. It's going to be every week on that. Or if it's something like Gwen's chocolate lava cake story, where it was a once in a lifetime, where it was a once in a lifetime opportunity and they missed it. So you really need to think about that. You need to think what your pain threshold limit is for whatever the food is. There are many occasions that I've decided, my pain threshold limit is, it's very painful to spend 20 points on something that was lackluster. But I gotta tell you, there are plenty of times that I see something that is hot, fresh, absolutely just, it just looks like it's gonna be fantastic, whatever. My pain threshold limit is different, and I'll go ahead and choose to eat that. And then this last one is going to lead into this week's topic. So last week I did not know what the topic for this coming week was going to be. And so I titled this last section, Eat This so later you can eat that. And there are so many opportunities to lighten up a meal or a day or even a week by eating this, so that later you can have that. And last week we talked about a 0-point breakfast, and I'm going to show you something else even more yummy here in a little bit. And like Dusty's, checking it out. I don't know, can you see his nose right here? So I'll have to show you his haircut when we get done. Casey trimmed him yesterday, and she made his ears really short, but part of what we're going to make in the second half is already right here. And he keeps turning and turning and turning and trying to figure out how he can get to this. So stay tuned for the second half. It's gonna be so yummy. And hello, Haley. And let's see, I missed somebody here a second ago. Oh, and thank you, Sherry. You're also my favorite tonight. Okay, so this week though, or this last week, your homework was #eat this and that. And I wanted you to plan out how you would take a 0-point meal or some 0-point foods and how you would make that work for you. So let's see how you did. Deanna did what I call covering your tracks, and I think that's what Gwen calls it too, covering your tracks tracking or something like that. And that's okay. So she had In-N-Out Burger one day. So the next day she went ahead and made sure that her meals for the next day were on track, on point, and back on the way to success. So it's okay to do it in the reverse order. You don't have to pre-plan it first. If you realize what happened, you can go ahead and finish out that day or the next day, the next meal, with some 0 or lower point foods. Tina was super smart and had a salad for lunch and then chicken and green beans. Salad for lunch and then chicken and green beans for dinner, so she could enjoy a Starbucks pumpkin spice latte, guilt-free, no guilt in that. And then Lynn didn't feel like cooking, but she had weigh-in the next day. So what to do? So she made a sheet pan dinner out of things that she already had in her refrigerator. So Lynn gets bonus points for using things she already had in her refrigerator. She had kielbasa, potatoes, onions, red, yellow, and green peppers, and a few stalks of asparagus. And so she made, you have to go over and look at it on the If You Have an Egg Facebook group, a fantastic looking meal. All of it together was only 7 points, and it made enough for 2 meals. And she had points to spare or something else if she wanted something else. So bravo everybody, good job on doing your homework this last week. We're going to segue right into this week's topic, because I didn't realize that I was accidentally talking about it when I asked you to do your homework last week. So this week's topic is, the official WW topic is smart swaps, but I called it Eat This so you can eat that, again just like the homework last week. I'm going to throw a few smart swaps in here just so we can stay on the same page with those of you who are logged into your app, or if you happen to go on your app, if you go down to the bottom the first screen, there's a little box that kind of looks like a calendar. I don't know if it's like a little notepad or whatever. If you click there, you can go to whatever the weekly topic is. But I want you to hear this out. According to Wikipedia, the Eat This, Not That book. So I know everybody has seen that book, Eat This, Not That. That according to Wikipedia, that is a media franchise owned and operated by co-author David Zinsenko. I know I did not say that correctly. And the original book series was developed from a column from Men's Health magazine. Did you know that? That the Eat This, Not That book. So that whole media franchise was developed from one article or from a column that was in the Men's Health magazine written by him and Matt Goulding. Since 2012, they have sold over 8 million copies of that book. So we all say that we want choices, but apparently 8 million of us just need some help making choices, okay? If 8 million of us bought the book that had, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? It had Eat This, Not That, you know, like it would have like, I don't know, like baked potato instead of French fries or whatever, but it would show you what to eat instead. So 8 million of us bought those books. Okay, so how about some help knowing what to include? So instead of just what not to eat, how about some ideas on what to include as well? So on this whole smart swap thing, you need to make sure that the swap is smart. If you're swapping out food for a caloric, health, or WW points reason, please take just a moment to make sure that it is a smart swap. Speaking of biscuits and gravy, I had a long discussion with a Sunday school classmate this morning about biscuits and gravy because I taught him how to make them. And he's, well, let's just say he's from a little north of the border, okay, or a little north of here, and that's all I'm going to say. And I had to set him straight on a few things about biscuits and gravy and how they're made and how they're supposed to be eaten, okay? He had some weird idea of how they were supposed to be eaten. Anyway, the one thing that we both agreed on was that things like biscuits and gravy, sometimes you just need to use the original ingredients and you need to save, he's not doing points, but, you know, save some calories, eat something different, you know, for another meal, because some things just, you know, it's not a great swap. Like a little bit of real butter sometimes is a lot better than a whole lot of fake butter, if you know, do you know what I mean? So if quality, taste, enjoyment, if it's still there, then it's a smart swap. So if you swap something out and you still enjoy it just as much, then that's a smart swap. But if you're going to be disappointed, if that swap is going to make you disappointed and you're just going to go hunt for something else or whatever the original thing was, then it's not so smart, okay? Second, use the swap to make room for points for something that you really want. So eating this so that you can enjoy that is a super smart swap. You might be swapping to save points for a special event or a meal. You might be trying to reset after an off-point day, like going to In-N-Out, Deanna. Or you may be, you know, maybe simply enjoying something dense. Maybe it's just simply enjoy something dense, point dense without the guilt. And let's see. Okay, Mary, I'm not sure what you're saying, but okay, I'll do it. And then the last thing is some people eat this instead of eating that ideas. So one of the things that I love about Weight Watchers is that no food is off limits. So you don't have to say, I can't eat this, or I shouldn't eat that, or don't eat this, whatever. So no foods are off limits. What you eat and why you eat it, and when and why and what you eat, that's entirely up to you. So it doesn't matter what the plan is called, and it doesn't matter, you know, what little cutesy name we give it. That it's up to you what you eat, and nothing is off limits. You just have to figure out how to plan it into your points. But when you need some smart swap ideas, here are just a couple. So here are just 3. There are thousands and thousands of smart swap ideas, but here are just 3 that came up during our in-person meeting last Tuesday night here at our in-person meeting. One was spiralized veggie noodles instead of pasta. I have to ask a question though. So y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Like if you take a carrot and spiralize it, or if you like a beet, or you can buy already spiralized, noodles. Like some stores have them already done in a freezer bag. Trader Joe's has carrots and things already in, spiralized already in a freezer bag, or you can get them in containers. But one of the girls in our in-person workshop had heart of palm noodles. What is that? I mean, I know what a heart of palm is. I think I've only ever had it on a pizza, but has anybody heard of heart of palm noodles? I don't even know how you would, I don't know, I'm confused. So if anybody knows what that is or has eaten them, please go ahead and shout out, because we would all love to know. Yeah, spiralized zucchini noodles are fantastic, Loretta. Exactly. Yeah. And Debbie says yum. Okay, second thing, riced cauliflower instead of rice. I had somebody at the in-person workshop last week ask me if it tastes like cauliflower. Sure, if you just steamed the bag, if you just steamed it and ate it, yes, it would taste like cauliflower. Okay, but everything that I'm putting riced cauliflower in and that I've seen y'all put riced cauliflower in has so many other flavors that the riced cauliflower is literally just for the rice texture. So at that point, you put enough salsa on anything, mix it in with some, some kind of casserole, a tuna casserole or a chicken casserole or something, to substitute for the rice. And it is going to, it's going to take on the flavor of whatever you're cooking, and it's not going to taste like cauliflower. And then the third one that we heard during our in-person workshop on Tuesday night was guacamole or hummus instead of mayonnaise, which I thought was a great idea. So much more flavorful, a lot better for you. And let's see what Carol Lou says. Oh, let's see. Yeah, Debbie likes them. Hello, Sylvia. Debbie likes them. Carol Lou says they are good. They sell them already spiralized in a can. Palmetti is the brand. Really? You're talking about the hearts of palm now. So I don't know. That confuses me. I'm gonna have to go hunt for that now, because maybe I don't know what hearts of palm is, because that totally confused me when she said that. Okay, maybe I'll have to go find that. Okay, so your homework for this week is eat this instead of that. So last week it was eat this and that. This week your homework is hashtag eat this instead of that. EATTHISINSTEADOFTHAT. Eat this instead of that. Okay. So this week I want you to tell us how you would work in some 0-point foods. That's the this. So you're going to work in some kind of 0-point food instead of a higher point meal or ingredient. So kind of like the riced cauliflower instead of rice. Thank you, Lynn, for posting that. Thank you, Alicia, for posting that. And Scott, what did Scott say? Hold on. Scott said Palmini is the brand he's using. Wait, and really, and it's heart of palm. I've never, okay, now I'm going to have to go find that. But so tell us something that you're going to eat. So what is the this that you're going to use, a 0 or really low point food that you're going to use instead of that? So again, it could be riced cauliflower instead of rice. It could be zucchini noodles instead of pasta. It could be the heart of palm noodles, lasagna noodles instead of actual lasagna noodles. But tell us what you're going to do with that. And don't forget to tag me. There is a new weird algorithm on Facebook that is not putting your posts in time and date order necessarily. So I had to go back and find some homework that had been posted from days ago. So please remember to to tag me when you are doing your homework. Okay, so now it's time for the fun part. Homework is the fun part. And seriously, when y'all do your homework, okay, so Loretta, explain the cloud bread. So is that a good swap? So you're substituting cloud bread for what? And yes, Sandra, it is time to drink some water. Yeah, so y'all keep chatting it up when you do your homework or when you throw out these ideas. So like the heart of palm thing, I wouldn't have even known that it existed if someone had not thrown that out. So don't think, oh, I'm just gonna sit over here and be quiet. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. Yeah, we do want to hear what you have to say. So throw it out. Okay, if you are new to us, oh yeah, Barbara says brown rice instead of white rice. Perfect. Barbara, do you do that for points? Do you do that for taste? Or are you doing that for health? So are you doing it for all three? And yep, I'm gonna drink some water, Barbara. So if you're brand new with us at the halfway point, we're gonna drink some water. Everybody stop and get a drink of water. Okay, Loretta says cloud bread for regular bread. It has 0 carbs and 70 calories for 2. Is that something you make or are you buying it? And Julie wants to know, does cloud bread have a lot of fat in it? I can't remember the ingredients. Okay. Okay, everybody get your, oh good, for all three reasons, Barbara. Okay, everybody get your drink of water. I'm going to go ahead and put on my apron. It is time to start on the second half of tonight's chat. We are going to be making something yummy in this second half. Oh, and Loretta says you could make it or buy it with no fat. Awesome. Hello, Janet. Good to see, or Janelle, sorry. Hello, Janelle. There's a problem with reading without having my glasses all the way on. Okay, excuse me while I check my hair. Okay, so if you were watching this later on YouTube, and if you just want to skip straight to the recipe part, then you will know on YouTube, just go to the second video. When Casey posts these, she posts them in two different ways. She does, hello Karen, she does a 1 hour video that's everything, and then she does a she separates just the second half so that if you just wanted to go back and see the second half, you can do that as well. Okay, Scott substitutes drained fat-free Greek yogurt replacing cream cheese. Love it. Do that all the time, and we talked about that during our in-person workshop last week. Okay, so since we've been talking about making smart swaps, tonight we are going to talk about a smart swap for lunch. Last week we talked about, I showed you how to make a 0-point breakfast. This week we're going to talk about some smart swaps for lunch. This would be good for lunch or for dinner. I'm calling it lunch because this is actually going to be my lunch for tomorrow. As I stated, we are doing trunk or treat tomorrow night with Casey, or my daughter Casey is loading up her trunk for a trick or treat, and the 4.5-year-old Alyssa and the 1-year-old Bo are going to be there. That means I'm going to have something good. Okay, I'm going to have something good before we go for trick or treat so that I stay out of the treats and I stay out of all that's, going on. Okay, so tonight we're going to be talking about some smart swaps. So I need a couple of volunteers that are going to look something up on their phone, and I did not cheat and look these up prior. So I need just a couple of volunteers that are going to look up the points on a couple of things while we're talking. Okay, the first thing I need y'all to look up, how many points is a regular, okay, well, where are my volunteers first? And then I need one of the volunteers, okay, Cynthia's going to be a volunteer. I need you all to look up how many points are in a regular chicken tender. So a regular fried chicken tender, and Debbie's going to help too. And it doesn't matter where it's from, just a fried chicken tender. It could be from Publix, it could be from Zaxby's, it could be when you make, just a regular, thank you Haley. So I need to know how many points is in a regular chicken tender. Full fat. Hello Gina, it's good to see you. So just a full fat regular chicken tender, nothing special. Okay, Vicky says 8. Okay, and in the air fryer basket, and sorry, I've already made some, so it's a little dirty. In the air fryer basket, I've got I have some chicken breast tenders. So they're just naked chicken breast tenders. I just spritz them with a little bit of olive oil. Okay, and I'm gonna add a little bit of Bragg nutritional yeast to that. You could season this, but what we're gonna put with this is so flavorful that I'm not gonna add any more, okay? Interesting, Haley looked it up by the ounces. So, and Debbie looked it up by kids meal. So I'll go back and look at those in just a second. We're gonna put these naked chicken tenders. So these are naked chicken breast strips. I'm gonna put them in the air fryer, and I'm gonna put them on 360. It's not gonna take 15 minutes because I bought the really thin ones this time. If you go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, you will find, and just search chicken tender or chicken breast, then you will find a recipe for that man's chicken breast, and the recipe calls for regular chicken breasts. These I got across the street at Food City today, and they are super thin, so we will not be putting them in there for this exact amount of time. A regular chicken breast is 360 degrees for 18 minutes. and you flip it at the halfway point. These are super thin, thinly sliced, so we will not be doing the entire 18 minutes. Okay, so let's go back and see what some of our results were. So Vicki says 8 points. Let's see, then 5 points. Lynn says Chicken Express, 1 regular chicken tender is 4. Haley said 3 ounces is 5 points. Debbie says it's 8 for a kid's, for the what you would get in a kid's meal. Let's see, Cynthia said Chicken Express fried chicken tenders, 4 points for her. Marianne says a restaurant style 3 ounce is 5 points. Ooh, Barbara's ready to do her homework. Debbie says 3 ounces is 5 points. And then Debbie said 3 ounces breaded is 7 points. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and say, I'm just going to take a quick average of those. So we're going to say, yes, Loretta, so what I just put in the air fryer is fresh, boneless, just chicken breast with the rib meat trimmed from it. So it's just chicken breast, okay? So I'm going to take the average of all of those, and I'm going to say the amount that I'm going to put in what I'm making, we're going to call it, we're going to say it's the equivalent of 2. So if they averaged, I don't know, looks like they averaged for a breaded one, we're going to say that 2, actually that's like the equivalent of 3 chicken tenders. So I'm going to say 15. So I'm going to say 15 points for the regular. Okay, Phyllis says KFC extra crispy 1 tender is 4 points. Okay, so maybe I'm going to make that 12 then. So we're going to say it's going to be 12 points. Wow, that eraser on that pencil is terrible. So we're going to say the equivalent of 12 points of chicken. Okay. And then the next thing I want you to look up is dressing. So I need somebody to look up 2 tablespoons of any kind of full fat normal dressing. So don't pick like Skinny Girl dressing, don't pick Walden Farms, don't pick something that's light. I need to know how many points 2 tablespoons of regular dressing. It could be ranch, just some kind of a green goddess, something like that, some kind of a full fat dressing. So I need to know how many points that is. And while you all are looking that up, I am going to get some things ready to go here in the food processor. So this recipe that I'm going to make next, so the first recipe is just for, that's that man's chicken, and it's the chicken breast, not chicken thighs. The chicken thighs definitely have points. Okay, let's see. Haley says 5 points for the ranch. Carol Lou says ranch is 5 points. Okay, that sounds good. What we're going to make, though, what I'm going to show you how to make now is a recipe from Pound Dropper. And this is for her jalapeno cilantro dressing. Oh my gosh, it's 0 point creamy jalapeno cilantro lime. There you go. Okay, let's see. Lynn got 5 points for 2 tablespoons of Hidden Valley. Debbie says ranch is 5. Vicki says Marie's blue cheese is 2 tablespoons for 6. Carol Lou says ranch is 5. And pardon me. Excuse me, I knew the sneeze was coming. Let's see. Okay, Phyllis is sticking with KFC, and she says I lost it. She says she is sticking with KFC, and a honey mustard dipping sauce is 5 points. Okay, and Gina said she used to think that I was saying fat man's chicken. Yeah, that. T-H-T. I know a lot of people thought I was saying fat. Okay, and Haley says Green Goddess is 5 points. Okay, this is a recipe from Pound Dropper. If you do not follow her, I would suggest it. She is on Instagram under www.pounddropper. You all have already mentioned her at least once tonight, so I know some of you all do follow her. This recipe came off of her website, and it is titled, so if you just go to, I think it's just pounddropper.com, and look up creamy jalapeno or jalapeno cilantro or dressing or 0 point dressing, you will find it. So the ingredients for this are, you need 3, now I've already made part of this so that I could cheat or have it, but the full recipe calls for 3 medium jalapenos. So these are medium jalapenos. They've already been washed. Remember to wash all of your produce before you use it. 1 of the 3 jalapenos is already in another batch. Okay, if you are sensitive to hot things, to spicy things like this, please don't do this with your bare hands. It doesn't bother me. Jalapenos don't bother me. Habaneros don't bother me. Also, oh man, and Carol, I forgot. Carol Lou is not a fan of cilantro, so she wants to substitute parsley. Sure. And Julie, it's not that bad. And I've also seen what are those jalapenos called that are not spicy? Does anybody know? There's some kind of a jalapeno that it's flavorful, but it's not spicy. But if you are sensitive to things like this, please do not do this with your bare hands. Please be prepared to wash your hands. And for heaven's sake, whether you are sensitive to hot things or not, do not touch your eyes or your dog's eyes or your friend's eyes or your little sister's eyes or anything like that. Okay? So don't do that if you are sensitive to this. So I found the best thing to get the insides of a jalapeno pepper out with is believe it or not, is a grapefruit spoon. So I'm going to do that quickly. So all I did is wash the jalapenos, cut them in half, cut the tips off, cut them in half, and now I'm using a grapefruit spoon to dig the center and the seeds out, because the grapefruit spoon has that little serrated thing. Yeah, and Haley says, and wear gloves if you wear contacts. Yeah, oh my gosh, if you wear contacts, do not get your hands near your face, okay? And I'm so serious when I say don't touch your eyes, don't touch your dog's eyes, don't touch anybody else's, just don't, until you have washed your hands after this. Okay, so this is 3 jalapenos with the seeds out. And if you want it less spicy, you can use less jalapenos. If you want it more spicy, you can use more. If you don't like jalapenos or if you don't like spicy things, I cannot think what they're called, but there is a version of jalapeno that's not as hot. You could probably try it with just like green, like a regular green pepper. And actually, I'm going to add something to mine. This is not, what I'm getting ready to add is not part of the Pound Dropper recipe, but I had some of these left and thought we would just throw them in for a little bit of color. So the Pound Dropper recipe is 3 jalapeno peppers. Ooh, that one still got a lot of seeds in it. Let me get that out. We don't want to kill anybody with this spiciness. Okay, Carol Lou says a poblano is not as hot. That is true. Okay, I had a couple of peppers left from a week or so ago. Maybe it might have been from last week. And I'm going to throw those in just for some color. This is not the orange, and I think I have a red one. These peppers are not on the Pound Dropper recipe, so please don't go over there and go, Kelly made your recipe. And I don't see the yellow or the, the orange or the red pepper on there because they're not. I'm just adding those. Culapina. Okay, Vicky says they're called culapina. I knew that I had seen that somewhere. The jalapenos that are not as hot, culapina. So have you? And Debbie just answered the same thing. Have you seen those? Do you have any idea where you could get those? If somebody needed a cooler option of that. Okay, so 3 jalapeno peppers, and I have added some red and orange peppers just for some extra color. I'm going to check the chicken real quick. See if it needs to be flipped over. So at the halfway point on the chicken, usually just flip it over. Okay, and you'll notice on the Simple Living Products air fryer, when I stuck it back in, it just went ahead and started again. So that's 3 jalapeno peppers. Then we're going to use the juice from 1 lime. I'm going to squeeze that in there. You can use fresh lime juice. You can use lime juice from one of those little squeezy bottles. You can use that. Okay, so we got our fresh lime juice in there, and I'm going to put the rest of it in my water. And again, all of this was washed before I started using it. Then you're going to add a 1/2 cup of non-fat plain Greek yogurt. So if yogurt is 0 for you, then all of this so far is 0 points. Okay. It's about a half a cup. Okay, that's about a half a cup of non-fat plain Greek yogurt. Then you have an entire bunch of cilantro or not cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, you're just going to cram that down in there. So again, you can use as much or as little as you want. I like all the cilantro. So I want all the cilantro in there. Okay, I left just a little bit so I can garnish it on top. Okay, so you have that. And then if you want to use a little bit of salt, you can. I am not putting any salt in mine. And then we're gonna add, you can add 2 cloves of garlic. I am lazy, so I buy already minced garlic. So I'm gonna add like 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. And again, this is so easy. You can adjust this recipe to whatever you want. She does recommend putting a little bit of almond milk in here. This is the second or third time I've made this. I've never put almond milk in it. It has turned out in a fantastic consistency without the almond milk, so I'm not going to use that. Okay, look how pretty that looks without even doing anything to it. Okay, so we are going to, actually let me check the chicken one more time before we do that. Oh, we're good. Because those are super thin chicken breasts. Okay, so we're gonna, sorry, it's gonna be a little bit loud. Okay, let me make sure this is all getting down on the sides. Oh, it already smells so good. Oh, it smells so good. And she says to add a little bit, of the almond milk if you want to make a thinner, smoother, like a creamier consistency. I'm good with it like this. And so you all had ranch dressing, blue cheese dressing. I saw a couple of those. So ranch and blue cheese, that was 5 points for 2 tablespoons. Okay. And because I want to be pound dropper when I grow up, I bought the exact carafe that she put hers in. You can smell it. Loretta can smell the hot and spicy. I believe you. Look how pretty that is. And the little bit of extra colored peppers, literally just for the color effect. Look how beautiful that is. And really, I mean, I wish we had smell-o-vision. I wish you all could smell this because it, oh my gosh, it smells so good. Oh, it smells so good. And she does say that after you make this, that you need to put it in an airtight jar, and you can keep it in the refrigerator. If you store it in an airtight jar, you can keep it in the refrigerator for up to 5 days. So you're going to be eating this a lot. This would be so good, like if you wanted to just put this on top of maybe some fish, or like if you were making dinner, this would be really good as, I know this is not chimichurri sauce, but like chimichurri, but this would be so good on like a little flat iron steak. As a chimichurri sauce. Ugh, yeah. I really, really, really wish y'all could smell this. So that's over. Again, that recipe is over on Pound Dropper. And if you go over there and make it, just tell her I said hello. Look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's so... Uh-oh. What happened? Hello? Did I touch something? Okay, so... we're going to get the chicken tenders out. They are done. They are done and looking good. Y'all can hear that, right? Okay. So there are our done chicken tenders. Oh yeah, those are perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. So we already discussed the fact that chicken tenders, 2 or 3 chicken tenders is about 12 points, depending on where they were going to come from. So that's 2 or 3 chicken tenders, like from KFC or from Zaxby's. Oh, I completely forgot. Okay, I need one other person to look up how much a Zaxby's, I think it's called a Zensation salad. I need somebody to look that up. So that would be the regular salad, not grilled chicken, with regular fried chicken. But I need somebody to look up and see how much a Zaxby's Zensation salad would be. See how many points that is. Okay, and I'm gonna add a salad mix to one of those little half bowls that I love so much. And I'm gonna add some cucumbers. And whether or not we can add back points still on the new program, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Okay, just stay calm, remain calm. But whether or not we can add back points on the new program doesn't really matter. Okay, it's all good, remain calm. I'm still gonna keep adding back vegetables. I've had such great success adding cups and cups of vegetables to everything that I'm eating that I'm just gonna keep doing that. And you know what, this looks so good, I'm gonna add another piece of chicken. My salad tomorrow is going to be fantastic. Ooh, a little piece of chicken. Okay, I'm going to put another chicken tender on there because that looks so good and so yummy. Okay, anybody for the Garden House salad, for the Garden House Zensation salad, whatever, 14 points. Okay, so based on what you all gave me earlier, and Julie, vegetables, okay, I've been doing this for 25 years, non-Zaxby's, Haley, it's Z-A-X-B-Y, or just any salad that's got chicken tenders on it. I've been doing Weight Watchers for 25 years, and non-starchy vegetables have been 0 points or free. Sometimes they were called free forever. So I'm not worried about non-starchy vegetables. Okay, we gotta wind this down because it's almost time to go. So if you do 3 chicken tenders, 3 regular chicken tenders, and regular dressing, you would be at 17 points. Some of y'all are pulling up anywhere from 15 to 18 points on a commercially prepared, you went somewhere and ate it place. If avocado is 0 points for you, you could add avocado to this. If eggs are 0 points for you, you could add a hard-boiled egg. You can add, if you want tofu instead of chicken, if tofu is 0 points for you, you could definitely do that. You could use some of these points to remember to eat this instead of that. I'm gonna choose the air fryer chicken tenders instead of the deep fat fried chicken tenders for points, for health reasons. Trust me, these are just as delicious. Then I've got my salad greens. I've got some chopped up little cucumbers here. And then I am going to use the Pound Dropper dressing and go ahead and drizzle some of that on here. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. So I'm gonna use this instead of using regular dressing that would take up a considerable amount of points. So instead of, oh yeah, sorry, I'm gonna have to taste this. Okay. So instead of using 17 to 18 points for a salad with fried chicken tenders and with some regular dressing, this is 0 points. This entire salad, and again, y'all know how much I love these. Y'all know how much I love these bowls and how big they are. This entire salad is 0 points. So here we go. And again, I would not recommend that you eat 0 points all day long, and especially not a week long. But tomorrow, before we go to trunk or treat, how fantastic is this going to be? This will be an awesome and amazing, delicious 0 point meal. I'm super excited to have it. Might have to eat a little bit of it tonight, just because now I've tasted the dressing and it's so good. But again, the chicken recipe is already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. You just scoot over there when we get done, scoot over to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and look at That Man, not Fat Man, That Man, THAT, and you should be able to find chicken, chicken breast, pork chops. Oh my gosh, how many things have we made with that man's things? Those, and go over to Pound Dropper. And yeah, totally. Debbie said you could have a slice of bread to use your points. Exactly. You could have some kind of crusty bread would be fantastic with this. You could add a little bacon. Yeah, so you can, it's 0 points right now. So really, if you were going from 0 to 17, I'm not saying to use up the 17, but my gosh, what all could you put with this? Yes, you could make it into a wrap. Loretta's exactly right. If you want the dressing recipe, that is on pounddropper.com, and it is a 0 point creamy jalapeno cilantro lime, it's a mouthful, dressing. We will also post a link for this when we post the recipe later this week. Julie, really quickly, That Man, it's a long story. You will have to go to the That Man's Chicken and read the little story about that. But it was basically a cooking show that my husband and I went to, and we loved his chicken. And so we always referred to it as That Man's Chicken. That's how we knew which chicken we wanted to make. But I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope you will try something like this. I hope you will do your homework. It's going to be a fun and fantastic week, I think, of food that's filling and that's lower in points. Yeah, so I hope y'all have a great week. If you're watching this on YouTube, please go ahead and let that next video roll over. I know you'll enjoy it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, why not? Please go ahead and click that button and then click the little bell so that you'll be notified every time we post a video. But y'all have a great week. I'm going to try not to eat all of this before I leave and go home. I'm definitely going to have this for lunch tomorrow. Yum, yum, yum. I cannot wait. But y'all have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Good night.